I mean, his shit's all the way at the end, but it just says preparing update. It hasn't even like started updating yet. Because when yours is done preparing, it still took a while to actually hit the update for
Yeah,
you,
it
right?
was installing. Yep.
All right. So all good on that.
Stand on
Okay.
ceremony.
I'm trying to share this.
Stand on ceremony.
Whatever. All right. Chad, I see you watching. If that shit updates, just go ahead and hop in mid. Yeah. Let me see if the comments will come.
No. Yeah, hurry up. Go. Who did? Get in there before I get in trouble for child pornography.
What?
Little motherfucker came running in here naked as hell. So I could go get some underwear and clothes on.
Can you? I was making sure you.
I know. I'm
I'm gonna go ahead and start it.
Center shot, score! The New Jersey Devils have won the Stanley Cup. Jason Allen. The Yankees are back on top. World champions for the 27th time. The Lakers repeat back-to-back titles. The LA Lakers. That's the throw, Montana. Stepped up throw. This fight is over. Floyd Mayweather has a knockout victory over Ricky Hatton.
Relaxed and smiling. Oh! Just like that! Conor McGregor is the new UFC featherweight champion of the world!
Tried to get me again. All right. Welcome back to championship rounds. It's still playoff time. So obviously, we're here to break down motherfucking football. Erik, what's up?
I'm living the dream, homie.
Always living the dream. I think it's a nightmare. Anyhow, as it says on the screen, like, share, comment, subscribe. Yeah, hit the boys' YouTube channel. Hit that little subscribe button. Help a brother out. Onwards and upwards to 100 subscribers. We've already reached our first goal. Now on to the next. Enough of that, though, Erik. Are you excited about the remaining football games left in the NFL season?
Fucking ecstatic, bro. And I just want to point out, too, that I never specify. Nightmares are dreams, too. But as long as your team's still in it, I don't see how you're living a nightmare, homie. But, yeah, ready to go on these football games this weekend.
Yeah, it's going to be a nightmare for the Packers, but we'll get to that.
Mm.
So I guess without further ado, we'll go ahead and break into the first game we're going to cover here. And that's going to be Joe Burrow versus Ryan Tannehill. Yes, the Bengals are traveling to the first place Titans in the Music City, and they're trying to have a bunch of slow singing and flower bringing. You got this one playing now, E.
Yeah, man. I'm hoping for a good game here. I don't think it's going to take a Music City miracle for the Titans to win, though. Derrick Henry's supposed to be returning. If he's even a shadow of his former self of this season, then he's going to be more than I feel like the Bengals can handle. Uh, there are some good news for the Bengals with getting some key defenders back that were injured last game because they had a lot of injuries last week. But that week of rest, plus with Derrick Henry returning, I feel like is going to be more than the Bengals can handle, and I feel like the Titans are going to win this one pretty decisively.
Looks like Matt Redman agrees with you. He's also got the Titans. I mean, it's not a bad pick. I mean, like I said, like you said, rather, Derrick Henry is coming back, and I think everybody knows that if Derrick Henry was healthy, he would have eclipsed Jonathan Taylor and be the premier back in the league. Is that safe to say?
100%.
All right. Well, with that being said, Joe Burrow is just playing lights out. I mean, you could say, yes, the Raiders, I get it. They didn't, they went on a run. They locked down their playoff position. I mean, I think they're for real. And Joe Burrow, it all starts and finishes with him. And if I like to pick based on the better quarterback, the better quarterback here is Joe Burrow. But if the Tennessee Titans can control the game on the ground, a la the 49ers in Paul Brown Stadium, overtime victory, yes, good guys. And who can run the ball as good as the Niners? Probably the Titans when they have Derrick Henry there. So I get it. I agree that it's going to be a tough game. And there's really not a bad pick here, in my opinion. But I'm going with the Dogs. I'm going with the Bengals. Yes, they get it done, in my opinion.
I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you. With the way Jamar Chase is out there playing and with Joe Burrow playing the way he's playing too, they have the quick strike capabilities to score early and often and to come back if they're down. And I don't know if the Titans are built to come back if they're down. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
I mean, if they could get up early or they can get a sizable lead at any point in the game, that could be all she wrote for the Tennessee Titans. Just a few times this season, I thought the Titans were out of it, and they've put up impressive performances on both sides of the ball. So I'm just timid to go away from them in this scenario. But all the games this weekend, I spoke last weekend about how I thought all the games were going to be easy wins and shit like that, and basically all of them were. Don't feel that way this weekend. Feel like this is going to be must-see football on all four of these games this weekend. Really good, close games. I'm excited to watch them all.
As am I, sir, and that was well put. We're going to go ahead and move on to the next game, which is uberly more important, if that makes sense. You got the first place Green Bay Packers against the 49ers. Erik, normally I just go off the handle right away. I'm intrigued to hear what you got to say about this one. So I'm going to let you uncharacteristically go first when the Super Bowl champs are on the screen.
Okay, I was going to say, I didn't want you. I was going to allow you a chance to not jinx it, but get your customary introduction in for the Niners as the 2021-2022 Super Bowl champs. But so you threw that in there last second to rectify it. But
There you go.
but no, man, I'm really, once again, another game I'm really excited to see. The only thing that's got me worried in this one for your boys is that the Packers are returning like 3 injured offensive linemen. I feel like that extra week to get rested is going to be a monumental help to the Green Bay Packers. I feel like this is going to be a really good game, but I still stand by it that the San Francisco 49ers have the most creative run game in the league right now, that they put everybody on notice with it. Hopefully they get some key injured guys from last week back to help them out this week. But the only pick I got wrong last week was the Niners against the Cowboys. I'm not going to make the same mistake twice. I'm going with the Niners in this one to beat the Packers, another one of America's teams. And I think that's going to be in the NFC Championship, San Francisco 49ers.
All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and break it down. All right, great pick, sir. Great fucking pick. Okay,
Only kind I make.
More. Well, you just said you picked against us last week, so that's definitely not
Let's
true.
quit living in the past.
Anyways, true. Not that far in the past, but let's see. Niners versus the Packers. Packers are the sexy pick. Packers beat the Niners, I think, week 3. Last second field goal to win the game. I remember.
30-28, if I do remember correctly.
Yeah, 30 to, yeah, it says right there on the screen. Anyways, okay, let's break this down. We're a completely different team than we were in week 3. I'm sure the Packers are probably too. You said they're returning guys to their offensive line. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn, because the Niners are the Packers' worst nightmare since Aaron Rodgers has been the quarterback. 0-3 against the Niners in the playoffs. Yes. 0 wins, 3 losses, record-breaking losses. Colin Kaepernick, not once, twice, record-breaking performances against the Packers. Sent them home. Okay? Colin Kaepernick's gone, right? Enter Jimmy Garoppolo, record-breaking performance. Not for Jimmy, of course, for Raheem Mostert. 1, 2, 3. Let me just skip 5 fucking touchdowns on the ground against the Packers. All right, and now we come in with Deebo Samuel, as you put, one of the most diverse and dynamic, creative rushing attacks in the league. I don't give a damn who they have on their offensive line. Okay, I really don't. They could have the damn Monstars from fucking, I know it's a different sport. Let me not even go there. I don't give a damn. Niners going into Lambeau, and they're going to leave with fucking the NFC title game on their mind, because they're going to be playing in that. So like I said, the Niners are their kryptonite. Like, the Aaron Rodgers barely beat us in the regular season. Golf clap. This is the playoff. This playoff football, completely different landscape. Niners get it done, and they cash in their underdog status. People are going to stop sleeping on the Niners. Since week 1, I said that we were the 2021 Super Bowl champions. I haven't been wrong yet. So, Eric, you got anything else to add to this one?
Couldn't have said it better myself, sir.
All right, sir. We're going to go ahead and move the hell on. And I think it's that time again.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to be the first team ever to host a Super Bowl. The Bucs have punched their ticket to Super Bowl 55. Tom Brady, you're the real deal. The Bucs win. Bucs win. Tampa Bay is heading to the Super Bowl.
All right, Eric, it's that time again. I think you got something for us.
You know, I tear up every time I hear that call, man. It just hits me right in the heart, right there on it. But yes, Tampa Bay out here with the Bucs bourbon pick of the week. Went with a nice one with a little football flair to it this week. The Sweetens Cove 2021 release. This is a blended straight bourbon whiskey. I believe it's 4, 6, and 16 year bourbons that are blended in this one. It's got the football touch because the investment group that got this going is headlined by none other than Peyton Manning to throw his the football flair on it. It's actually a George Dickel product. They bought them up, hired one of the few female master blenders in the world to blend it up and make it nice and neat for us. And as always, nice and neat, and then the Glencairn for optimal performance.
So let me get this straight. George Dickel, one of the premium female masturbators. Did I get that right? Nah, go ahead, bro. Seems like a great bourbon. Go ahead, continue.
It is. Price point's a little high on this. I feel like you can get a little bit better product or equal product for a cheaper price. But if you're out there, chasing the dream like me, trying to find all the bourbons you can get your hands on, it's a must-have. It's a tasty one. Got a little bit of that peanut finish that a lot of people reserve for the Wild Turkey products. Usually have a little bit of that in there, but or the Jim Beam products, my bad. But it's definitely a tasty one and worth the price of admission if you're a true fan and collector.
I got you. So, good bourbon, good game?
Yes, unfortunately, I would have to admit that I believe this is going to be a very good game as well. Like I said, all of them I feel like are going to be this weekend. Real close, could come down to that last possession. I just don't see how you bet against Tom Brady in the playoffs. If Tom Brady wins the Super Bowl this year, he'll have the most playoff wins of any NFL franchise in the NFL history. Not just players. He'll have eclipsed every franchise in the history of the NFL with playoff wins. So can't go against him in this one. Like you said, once again, similar to the last game, played in about week 3-ish. The Bucks lost, and I just feel like it's two different teams. We're getting playoff Lenny with Leonard Fournette back this week.
Playoff Lenny.
Matthew Stafford, I believe, got his first playoff win in his career last week against the Cardinals.
Correct.
I just don't see 35 playoff wins at quarterback going against one playoff win at quarterback and that being an even matchup. Most people like to bet on the quarterbacks, and that's where I'm putting my money in this one. Think my boys get it done, and we'll meet up with your boys next week in the NFC Championship game. Ought to make an interesting show for that one.
I'm definitely rooting for that to happen, but I don't see it happening, bro. Like, I'd love for that to happen because I'd love to watch that game with you and sit there as my boys retire Tom Brady. But I don't think we're going to get that chance because I'm thinking about who is the better team here. Yes, the better quarterback is Tom Brady. That's well documented. Stafford tied with Trevor Lawrence for most interceptions in the league. Man throws the ball to the other team. It's just as much as the other guy that does it the most in the league. But he didn't throw an interception against the Cardinals. He's got a great defense on the other side of the ball from him to support him. Cooper Kupp.
OBJ.
But Cooper Kupp. Yeah, I gotta rock with the Rams. They already beat him 34-24 in the regular season a long time ago, I know. But still, they showed what they were capable of. And I feel like the fucking Buccaneers have laid more eggs than the Rams. Might not matter. I think it's going to be a good game. It's not a good call to ever bet on Tom Brady. But this is football. This isn't all about Tom Brady. This is going to be contested on all three phases of the game. Who's got the better special teams? Rams. Better defense? Rams. Better defense goes to the Rams. I feel like their secondary is better and their defensive line is definitely better. So I'm giving them the nod. As far as offenses go, I'll give that to the Bucks. I mean, obviously Tom Brady had the best numbers this year, so I gotta give credit, where it's due. But how do these teams play against each other? I think the Rams just got him this year, bro. But that remains to be seen. But I'm picking the Rams.
And
NFC
I
West.
understand that. Like I said, they exposed our secondary in the last game. I mean, the Bucks did have a better rush defense and more sacks than them, so I don't see how you can give them the nod on the front seven. But they definitely exposed our secondary.
Who had a better rush defense and more sacks in the game they actually played together?
I believe
Okay.
we did.
Really? But you lost the game by 10 points?
It's this secondary, man. Our secondary let him up. I'm not going to lie. And in all fairness, they probably did have better than us on the sacks because I'm not sure what the exact numbers are. I'm just, I'm giving the nod to my boys.
You.
But they did have a very good winning formula against us when they played us where they got the ball out quick and didn't allow our pass rush to get there and kind of negated that front seven most of the game. So it was a tough defensive performance for us just because they gassed us out on our pass rush and shit early, getting the ball out quick. We couldn't get there in time. And then I felt like we were, like I said, gassed out later on in the game to where they kind of took advantage of us a little bit. But I said, man, I don't see it happening twice. There's a lot of teams that we had a better record than them. That's why we're the 2 seed and playing at home. The first game in the season was at their crib. They couldn't win enough games. They lost that last game when we won our last game that got us into the 2 seed. So I feel like we're rolling a little bit better than them, and I'm going to give us the nod at home because I'm pretty sure Tom Brady hasn't lost in Raymond James Stadium since he's set foot on the turf there. So I'm going to keep it going.
Well, I wouldn't take against my squad either, so I'm not going to expect you to do that either.
All right.
Not a bad pick. Both teams are capable of winning this game, let's be honest. But
it's going to be a good game.
It's definitely going to be a good game. I hope the Rams win for my parlay sake. But if the Bucks win, I'll still be happy because my team will get to play your team, and I already said that. So. All right, Eric, you ready to move on to the last game?
Hell yeah, man! This is gonna be the showstopper right here. I feel like this is the crowning jewel of games of the week. It should be an amazing game. It should be an amazing game. I'm excited.
We can go ahead and take off, buddy.
Man, I mean the Chiefs have been playing the best defense of their lives the second half, if not last 3/4 of the season. Mahomes and them have finally seemed to be getting it together and shit on offense, and then. The Bills are coming off a fucking 30-point win against their division rivals that have owned them for the past 2 fucking decades. Mm-hmm. Josh Allen ran for like 100 fucking yards and threw 5 touchdowns. I mean, these teams are both peaking at the right time right now, and it should be an amazing game. I'm super excited to watch it. It's in Kansas City. So hopefully it's a little bit better weather. Still going to be fucking cold. You know what I mean? No ifs, ands, or buts about it. But a little bit better weather than they had last week, and to really showcase the talents of these two teams. And I had the Bills winning, and just a barn burner. If you're taking the over in any game, take it in this one. Like I know both defenses are really good defenses this season, but I think it's all going to be about the quarterbacks. I think Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen just put on a performance for the ages in this one, and I'm super excited to watch it.
As am I. I say that a lot, but as am I. It's funny that you're saying that about the Chiefs and their defense because they were dog shit earlier on.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't stop anybody, and it had people thinking that the buzz and the hype train of the Kansas City Chiefs was over.
Facts.
They were talking about that. I mean, they pretty much, Denver was undefeated. The Raiders were undefeated.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's drooling over Justin Herbert.
Yep.
Look, one of them took a first round exit out of the playoffs, and the other two didn't even make it. So people are quick to jump to conclusions. All right.
And then here's the Chiefs with the number 2 seed.
Exactly. Precisely. So I'm going to go ahead and go with the Chiefs because they have that deep playoff experience. And although the Bills have made, leaps and bounds as far as improvements, winning big games, they're here. I think that the Chiefs are just still a little bit better than. So I'm gonna give them the nod to get it done and cash their ticket to the AFC Championship game.
Yeah, I mean they still got Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill, motherfucking game changers like that
Yes,
out
they
there.
do.
Like it's going to be a wild one. You're just splitting hairs here. I think they're the closest spread of the weekend at 2. For the Chiefs are favored by 2 on it. So I mean it's obviously at 2. Vegas thinks is going to be the closest game of the week too. So it should be a very interesting one. So I'm super excited to watch it. As I am, like I said, with all 4 of these games. I think we're in for an amazing divisional round playoff weekend.
I agree, sir. I just feel like I can't pick the team that lost healthy to the Jacksonville Jaguars. I know it was in London, but I'm not picking them, bro. Like they're a good team, obviously. 12-6, whatever. Good team. Not picking them. Jeez. So with that being said, that's all the games we have to cover. Eric, do you have anything to add before we get the fuck out of here?
Just a cheers, man, and good luck.
Will I see you? Oh, you're waiting to eat. You were waiting to do this show to eat dinner, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I want to appreciate you for putting that on hold for a second to do this because I always like having you here. But I think that's it for us. So
it is, and I want to point out that I feel like I'm gonna have to send the old lady on the run for the food, so there might be some kills incurred in between now and eating. So
sounds
you've
like
been put on notice.
Will be in that case. All right.
You've been put on notice.
All right, gang. Thanks for watching. Be back next week. Championship rounds. Gonna do an MMA show tomorrow morning for the UFC fights. Other than that, stay frosty.
No one as hard as me. This is my real odyssey. I wonder who lied on me. Why so much animosity? My flow is so wavy it came overseas. Drip or drown, my apologies. Niggas fake it, then they robbing jeans. And niggas wolfing it don't bother me. Cause bad bitch, she gon' gobble me. She said, Shorty, you love me, don't lie to me. Well, I lied to her with a lot of pride. Next time, you just lie, please. I'm tryna hop in the Phantom go ghost. I had to go quick before they follow me. I swear to God, they be doing the most. Talking about all the shit that I need. Talk about I would never succeed. Talk about I don't take care of my seat. Yeah, I'm grown, but you know how it be. I'm good for people, can't get shit from me. I ain't bogus, I'ma put on my team. Cause all of my niggas gon' eat. I ain't bogus, I'ma put on my team. Cause all of my niggas gon' eat. She thought she was gon' get some Chanel. I surprised her dumb ass with some pink. Like an ocean, I've been living well. Watching my problems go down the sink. I'm not Drake, but my name ringing bell. No OVO, but you see I got wings. But this bitch new clothes, she can start boutique. Booty on flat, but that pussy on fleek. Shorty get hype when that gas and I got some hoes call me Bass and they represent me ambassador.